I have one thing that I maybe wanted to say. For this, we want to we're planning to have multiple updates, and one of the updates will be during the year multiple bonus maps that will be outside of the story episodes. We will
side stories,
side stories like bonus levels,
Okay,
which
cool.
is like a surprise. But we will promote this in coming weeks.
Awesome.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I'm excited for that for sure. Yeah.
I've been a lifelong comic book dork. That was kind of the first thing I ever got into. And just looking at these cutscenes or background info, like, I have no doubt in my mind that like the quality of the artwork in this game could be on any comic book cover right now. And that's saying a lot, because as much as I've read and written, a lot of times you kind of see kind of an amateurish attempt, which is, people are trying their hardest, but most people are just doing kind of a passion, love of the game type of thing. They just want, it's an avenue, right, to get their art out. But it's unusual for me to see some art design that qualitatively better than average in something that's not, say, exactly comic books and not doing. So I just wanted to brag on that a little bit, but I was also a little bit curious. Is that something that you specifically or anybody on the team has done professionally to date in that capacity, or is it just something you just happen to have a talent for and just was like, oh, here's some place I can really get that out?
Yeah, so that's a funny story because the art is done by our team member who also does the concept art and the 2D art, Matusz Salontai. He's like a young comic artist who really we met him on Instagram. I think someone sent me his profile and we started talking, and he was doing some type of comic, but then when we got together and I told him what concept art is and how it works and how he could grow, etc., so suddenly he just blossomed into a huge, his art. I always loved his art, but what we did together, basically it works like I write the story, I write basically the outline and what each of the screens has to be. And then he starts drawing, and then he gives it his own spin. He always changes stuff here and there, and I enjoy so much working with him. When we were thinking about the jokes that are in the comics, then we were laughing so much, and it was really labor of love, the comic. And I really have to say that Matusz is, during my whole career, one of my most favorite people to work with, and I really appreciate you mentioning that you really like the art, because that's something that I also myself praise and cherish on the project.
Yeah, every time that I
fantastic.
came upon a comic book in the game to collect to get more backstory, I was always excited. I'd see one off in the distance. I'm like, I can't wait to get that. And how do I get over there? I'm trying to get over there early and stuff, and every time I get one. Yeah, they're really cool. I think it's a great way to do backstory, and it obviously fits with the already, kind of comic aesthetic that it's going for, with that almost kind of cel-shading-ish look and stuff to it. Yeah.
But when I thought about how I want to establish the story, I was thinking something between Terry Pratchett, whose books I really liked when growing up, and maybe Van Helsing or something like that, and also really over the top
Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Mr. Hyde 100% is
for sure.
Exactly.
So that was actually one of the inspirations, but actually even before I started researching the art direction for the character, Matej described him exactly the way that he is right now, right? Maybe not the cylinder, right? But yeah, I mean, it was a pleasure. Also, maybe a couple of jokes, when I was thinking about who the villain will be, right? Then obviously you have the two goddesses and Death being their employee, and then who would basically step in and try to disrupt the balance between life and death. And I was then suddenly I saw something about Elon Musk. He's so ambitious, so really disruptive, and I was like, that sounds like a Bizarro universe Elon Musk, right? So I was like, okay, his name will be Kieran Husk, and so and he's basically founded the anti-death movement, right? And also there's crypto, like Death pays the gravediggers in Ripcoin. So it's a lot of low-hanging fruit humor, but it's not really like we're not comedians, right? But we like to do stupid jokes, and even with Matej, when we founded the company years before, because we met in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, right? Because we basically, we are Gracie heritage, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are actually right now we used to be under Nick Brooks from the UK, who is Roger Gracie descendant, but we met in like in our country in Slovakia. It's like post-communist country, so we had like, there was a group in 2007, like mobster guys meeting and like a fight club or something like that, which then grew into like a Octagon Fighting Academy. But it was really like, we went there and we started talking. We sparred together and we started talking. Like, you're the game developer? Yeah, I'm an architecture student and I develop games. I try to do, and so we started talking, and then we got away from that group, and I founded like the first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team or like a group in Slovakia, and then Matej joined me and he helped me run it. And every time we went back from training, we were talking about like when we would have like a gaming studio, like video game studio, like how would we do things, and what do we value on video games and the creation process, and like how would we like to work. And we shared the passion, and one day when I was renting him out the room, then everything got together, and now we're here.
Hell yeah.
It burns, burn them!
Hi folks, it's time for our famous burning questions round, formerly the rapid fire round. Our guest has 5 minutes to answer 5 questions given to us from a random question generator, including the trick question that we added. So, Thibaut, and apologies for butchering your name again, I really will try to roll my R's. But, question 1. What's something that you know you should start, but you haven't?
That I should start, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cleaning anything and everything.
Because like I really, since we announced the game in September, I had no time to really do some cleaning.
What was the last dream you can remember about?
Oh, my last dream. Wow. I usually dream a lot, and I remember them in the morning. Wait, I dreamt something today. Yeah, the last dream was, Robert, I wrote you that I woke up from a nap, and suddenly I thought that the time shift between the UK and Slovakia, that I will not be able to make this podcast. Yeah, that was my last dream, yeah.
Oh my gosh, no way. So, question 3, what's your story about breaking the law?
My story about breaking the law?
Nothing that is incriminating, of course. We don't want the police turning up to your house.
I think all the buildings have been already reconstructed. I used to do graffiti when I was young. I used to do graffiti, and I used to do a lot of get into fights. Like in our country, it used to be quite weird because we had a lot of skinheads, like Nazis. Me and my friends, we used to be like skater guys and hip hop and punk rock. So we used to do that, like fights with skinheads maybe. Since then I only breathe on one nostril. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Same, but for different reasons, less cool reasons.
my reason was 2 elbows that I got after.
That'll do it.
Like,
that'll do it.
Yeah.
White tie to your face.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories before the age of 5?
Yeah, a lot of memories. When I was 1 year old, we moved to Vietnam, and we lived there for 5 years. My father was a journalist and like a reporter, foreign reporter, and I remember a lot of stuff from the age of 1 to 6, like mainly from Vietnam. Yeah.
And the last question is, if Gravelord made $1 million, would you retire or keep making games?
I'll never stop making games. Like, look, retiring is a thing that, like, always is just about the amount of money that you want to have during retirement, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can imagine a time when since I saw my first video game or like a arcade game in a hotel in Vietnam, actually, like that was the first time I've seen something like that, and since then I wasn't able to think about anything else.